Welcome to Conscious Casey, the space where we wake up, where we're working on ourselves, we're expanding our consciousness on a daily basis through meditation, through reading, through writing, working through our life experiences. Every day there's an opportunity to practice spirituality, practice mindfulness, practice compassion, practice non-attachment. Remember that everything is impermanent in our lives. There's nothing to hold on to because it's always changing. If you do try to hold on to it, you will suffer. And we're humans. We can get down with some suffering a lot in our lives, especially when we get this mind going about some things. We start identifying with different things on who we are, and we get locked into these concepts of self that are detrimental to ourselves. But the beautiful thing is that we can work our way out of that by thinking better thoughts. Beliefs are thoughts that you just keep thinking. You keep reaffirming them. They're a pattern of thought. They literally create neural pathways and grooves in your brain. And the more you think a thought, the more that road is traveled. However, you can break the pattern and you can take a different road anytime you want. Anytime you want. That's the beauty of it. Now, it's going to be uncomfortable, so you got to be resourced, like being able to breathe through uncomfortability, breathing through anxiety, breathing through nervous system dysregulation, being able to calm the body, to slow down the heart rate. That's why yoga is so important to me. It has helped me in all facets of my life. I've been reading this book, The Motivation Manifesto. It talks about what limiting beliefs we have and what they're based on. It says we must overcome social and self-oppression if we are to ever join the ranks of the free souls who love their lives and lead their people. Overcome social and self-oppression. So that means we must break the patterns in this social realm. You know, the social realm wants us to be materialistic, wants us to be consuming media, wants us to be distracted, wants us to be chasing the next cool thing. And the whole time you're doing that, your life is slipping away on a daily basis. And you will wake up one day, because that's how we are. We're humans. We can get into a trance. We can get into this mindless state of repetition where we're not very conscious of our actions, and we repeat the same patterns over and over and over. And when we wise up to the pattern and we realize that we are in it, we're like, I don't want to be in this pattern. Yet it continues again. Yet it continues again. And then the next time you find yourself at the bottom of the pattern, you're like, shit, I did it again. And then you start to wake up. And then one day you say, no more. I'm not doing that anymore. That's the pattern. And then that's how you wake up. And then you start working on it even more. You start working on bringing what's unconscious conscious, like Carl Jung said. Make the unconscious conscious. That's how we become more enlightened as humans. That's how we live better lives. It's not always fun, but it is fruitful. That's the social oppression. But what about the self-oppression that it talks about? That means creating your own prison inside your own head and saying, I can't do that, or I'm not that kind of person. I don't do those kind of things. You know, oh, I wouldn't be able to do that. You're creating your own self-oppression. I've never done that before. It'll be uncomfortable. I don't know about going there. I don't know those people. Self-oppression, and you don't have to jump into the deep end of the pool on that right away, but you can start taking little bites off of it and doing little things that are outside of your comfort zone, showing up to a party that you didn't want to go to, and working about accepting other people as they are, meet people where they're at in their lives. That's a big practice. That's a fruitful practice as well. Instead of judging other people all the time and like steering clear of them or making up a story about it, just accept it. That's how they are. It doesn't really have anything to do with you. Really, other people's lives don't have much to do with you. Even though you think that they do, they don't. And your life doesn't really have a lot to do with other people's. They're worried about themselves. They're worried about their own lives. Are there exceptions to this? Yes, of course. We care about other people. We check on other people. We hang out with other people. We're there for other people, but not all the time. You need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of yourself. That's a little bit of the social oppression as well, is like we get told you're selfish if you take care of yourself. Yes, I am selfish. I do take care of myself and I help others. There's nothing wrong with taking care of yourself. 100%. I'm going to put that on the screen when I edit this. 100% take care of yourself. Be in a happy mood. Do what it takes for you to have a good attitude for the day. Whether that's exercising in the morning, or writing down good things in your journal, or filming a video, or singing or dancing, or taking a long bath or a shower, wearing nice clothes, whatever it takes to get you in the highest vibration on a daily basis, do that thing. Do that thing. Do the world a favor and take care of yourself. What if everybody took care of themselves? What if everybody took good, responsible care of themselves? We'd all be in a better situation. People wouldn't be down all the time, spinning in their minds about all these problems that they used to have or that they're going to have, and let's just be present with each other, be present in our lives, work through those recurring thoughts, write them down, ask yourself why they're there. When you have recurring thoughts, recurring scenes, flashbacks, it's something that's undealt with. It's something that you need to deal with. So you can go on for weeks and months and years living in that over and over and over and repeating it over and over and over. The same situation comes back up, the same kind of partner comes back up, the same kind of job scenario comes back up. Or you can transcend it. You can work through it by working your mind about it, by getting into your body about it. The body keeps the score. Those memories are stored in the body. They have a signature in your emotions. They have a signature with your heart rate, with your hormones, with secretions in the body, the pharmacy, the chemicals in the body. They have a signature tied to a thought, tied to a memory. And you can work through those. You can work backwards too, by relaxing the body, by moving the body in different ways, by moving the eyes in different ways. You can work through these traumas. You can work through these memories. And then you can get up to baseline, which is just existing. Everything just is. No good, no bad. Everything just is. That's a good place to be. That's equanimity. That's having an equal mind. That's having peace. Will it be lasting forever? No, because we still live as humans. We still experience things, ups, downs, relationships, clinging, aversion, death, life, broken hearts. That's why we're here. That's why we're here, to experience those things. So just enjoy all of it. Learn how to love, learn how to cry, learn how to be in your emotions. Not stuck in your emotions, letting emotions run through. Energy and motion, emotion, they run through us. They run their course. They run their course. If you're having a lot of anxiety, you probably need to focus on your thoughts. Figure out what's going on up here. What do you keep thinking about? Something you're not doing? Something you need to do? Something you need to stop doing? Fear about the future? If you're depressed, what is holding you down? What is depressing you? What are you not expressing? Do you have purpose in life? Everybody needs a purpose. Sometimes we get into this tiny little narrow view of life, like, I can't do anything but this tiny little thing. I'm just focused on all my fears all the time. You get more of what you focus on. You get more of what you focus on. If you're focused on fear and isolation, and everybody's out to get you, and the world's a dangerous place, you're going to get depressed. You're not really doing anything with life. You're not really expanding. You're not helping anybody. You're not helping yourself. You're not moving your body. You're not really living. So call a hotline. Talk to somebody. Drop a comment. Send a message. Phone a friend. Find a forum. Get in a group. There's plenty of help out there. Just crack the door open a little bit. Anyways, back to self-oppression and social oppression. I think the best thing that I've done to overcome this is to withdraw from social media, withdraw from streaming, withdraw from news, withdraw from feeds, withdraw from updates, withdraw from everything, really. It doesn't have to be forever, but withdraw. Then you can start thinking your own thoughts instead of chiming in with everybody else, instead of going with what everybody else is saying, and being fed information constantly into your mind, being fed with music, with streaming, with news, with other people, with social media. Constantly our minds are constantly bombarded when we're dipping into all those things. What if you just turned it all off for a week, 2 weeks? What if you just found other things to do? What if you used your mind and thought about things? What if you wrote, pages about fun things or adventures you want to go on, or what happened in the past, what happened during your day? What if you go out in nature and reconnect with the earth, what we grew up in? We came up out of the mud, and now we're glued to screens all day? That can't be healthy. Read a book, stimulate your mind. I'm just kind of on a little rant tonight. But you know what? It's all in love. I love you. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't want you to expand your consciousness, to live a good life, to use your mind in a good way, to take care of your body, to take care of your life, to live a fulfilled and satisfied life for you and your loved ones. But I'm going to leave it at that. Maybe I'll have a theme for the next video. I love you. I'll see you in the next one.